Hey everyone, Decent Turtle Dove. Welcome to my channel. I thought I would show you how I made these beautiful Christmas tree ornaments. These will be going to my granddaughters probably next Christmas. I just felt like making some more ornaments. So these I'll show you. I bought plain, these are plastic, and I bought them in a bag, pretty bag too that it came in from Spotlight. There were 6 for normally $12, I got it for $6, so I should go back and get another bag while they're fairly cheap. Maybe get another type of shape rather than this classic bauble, but I do like the classic baubles, and these sort of things you can just dress up so many different ways. They are really neat way to do something different with your decorating. So yeah, I made, now how many have I got? I made 5 yesterday and I've got 1 more, so I thought I will show you the process. But it's really easy. They look so cute and I love the pastel colours. I just looked to see what I had in my stash and went with that. So okay, I'll show you what I've used so far. I hope I've got everything here. I bought these from Temu a while ago. They are little coloured polystyrene balls. They're all static at the moment. And I bought those a while ago, so it's nice to actually use things that are in your stash. So you can use anything, tinsel, you can just put glitter in there or sequins, whatever you have. Originally I wanted to put a button. I bought some buttons. So this is what I originally wanted to do. I wanted to place a snowman in the bauble and glue that smack in the middle so it's standing up in the bauble, and then put snow around it or something. But they didn't fit through the top, unfortunately, and I tried every which way I could. They weren't going to fit. So that's when I just come up with another idea using what I've got. Also this iridescent tinsel. You need ribbon. I've used some ritrack and flat-backed rhinestones, and of course something to hang the ornaments with, glue, and I think that's it actually. It's not much at all. So let's start. I'll just carefully, you've got to be really careful with these because they're not very strong. These can bend so easily, and I have broken this sort of thing in the past. So you just carefully take that out. I'm going to sit this on this little rubber band just to hold it up. Okay, so what I decided to do was half-half. So I'm going to put half of the polystyrene balls in. I think I used about 5 spoons, so I'll just place those here. I don't want to spill these. It'll take me forever to pick back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe a couple more. You don't have to be too precise. I'm just sort of trying to do the same as I did on the other ornaments. There we go. I've still got plenty left. And then I'll get my iridescent tinsel. I'm pretty sure I bought this from Cheapest Chips last year or the year before. Oh no. Now, see? Okay. Got to move that bag right out the way. So I've just got pulled it a bit from there, and I'm just going to squish that in. The hardest bit is getting the last little lengths in there. And yeah, you don't have to put the tinsel in. If you wanted the balls to shake around, you can add more sequins to it or other little decorations, whatever you have. I'm just going to cut that out because I'll be here forever trying to stick that in. Alright. And then I'll get a little pokey tool and just fluff that up a little bit. So doesn't that look pretty? And sort of at this point move the balls around, but they will move a little bit on their own. But I just thought it was a nice finish to add the iridescent tinsel. Now this is the hard bit, is getting it back in. There we go. There is a knack to it because it's easy to break that little cap. So now it's time to decorate the outside. Okay, so the first thing I did was I cut a length of rickrack, and I have this pretty pink, beautiful pastel pink, and it has iridescent, metallic-y iridescent bits through it. Don't know if the camera will pick that up, but so I just want to glue that all the way around the centre, and so that I have it reasonably straight. It's not going to be perfect. I use a rubber band and that'll be my guide. So I will glue under that rubber band, or you could glue over it on the top if you wanted a bit higher, or just adjust the rubber band wherever you like. Just before I do that though, I would like to get a length of what I'm going to, like a string of some sort. You can use ribbon if you like, just to hang your pendant from. Now this, I'm using 25 centimetres lengths. I'm going to hang that first, or tie that onto the pendant, I should say. Because you want to work out which is going to be your back side and which way is going to be the front. Just roughly. And that way you can hide any seams. So you let it sort of hang. And when it decides to stop, so This will be the front, that will be the back. Which means I'm going to start gluing from the back, which will be here. I'm using fabric glue. Now, just start by putting a little bit on the end of the fabric. This glue is terrible because it gets all get a lot of little flossy bits, hairy bits. Right, I'll just let that sit for a minute. And try not to smear the glue on the plastic. So just put my finger on the end to hold it. And I'm just going to glue all the way around. Just put dabs on the length of the rickrack, doing little sections at a time so you don't make a mess with the glue. See all the stringy bits everywhere. If you do a few of these, you can do each step with all of them rather than just finishing one and then starting another, and that way you get them done a little bit quicker. But you do get better the more you do. Now, just going to let that end bit overlap onto the beginning just a little bit. So I'll cut that down now. And hopefully these will stand the test of time. I was thinking to myself, maybe I should give the granddaughters these this Christmas instead of the little kitten diamond painting pendants that I did, but I think I'll stick with the kitten diamond painting pendants for this Christmas, and they will get these next Christmas. Right, so that's that. Now I'll take the rubber band off. Now, time to put some flat back rhinestones on. Okay. I've got two different sizes here. This was chock-a-block full. So I'm getting down on these. Just get the small one. I think there's three sizes here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's three sizes. small, medium and large. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll grab 8 just in case, but I'm pretty sure I used 6. Let's count on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yep. Okay. Oh, that's the wrong size. Help if I undid the nozzle. That band helps to set the bauble on there so it doesn't roll around, and as usual I'm on camera and it's going to be naughty. So put one at the front and one directly behind that, which will cover the seam. Making sure I've got all the glue off my fingers so I don't smear the plastic. And then I just put 2 in between those 2 baubles, 2 on this side and 2 on the other. So I'll just roughly eyeball it. Doesn't have to be perfect. This glue is quite good because it gets thick very quickly. This nozzle thickens up and glugs up really quick too though. But I don't know a glue that won't. Got a bit of glue on top of that rhinestone, but I'm going to let it dry and then I'll take that stringy bit off once it's dried. I'm not going to muck about with it now. I'm just doing the back. Two more. I hope you have made yourselves a cup of tea or something while you're watching this, some sort of a beverage. This one looks a little bit too, oh no, that'll be fine. Some of them have more of a purple tinge to them. Just a little bit more. And that one right there. Okay. I'm just going to clean that nozzle. Okay, now the last thing to do is to make your bows. If you have pre-made bows, by all means you can use those. I didn't have any bows in my stash. I looked everywhere, and so I thought, well, I've got this beautiful pink ribbon. This one's 10mm wide, so centimetres wide. So I make 3 for each bauble, just to stick on the top. Just around but not touching the cap. That way you can take the cap on and off as you need to. Not that you would need to, but you never know. So I made 3 ahead of time, but I'll quickly show you how I made these. I will link a video that I watched. I have one from early on in the channel of how to make your own bows, but this one is using a fork. The way I show you, you use your fingers. But if I can remember the video, I'll link that below. But all I did was Google how to make handmade small bows. And this lady, I forgot the channel name, but I think it had a couple of million views on there. So it only goes for about 2 or 3 minutes. So now I did this last night and hopefully I'll remember. So this boat in particular, I'm using a 20 centimetre length of ribbon. I fold it in half, like so. Put it around the fork, and the bottom piece of ribbon you want a little bit longer, so I pull that out. Then the bottom length you sort of lift up towards the tip of the fork. So you're sort of making a bit of a V there. You bring that to the front and to the middle slot under my thumb. You pull that through. Trying to keep the ribbon straight as you do all this too. It can be a bit fiddly, especially when you first start. And then you bring that back up through the middle of the fork. And be careful, because the first time I did this, I made a hole in the ribbon because the tip of the fork got caught in there. So I'm just taking that through, bringing it down, keeping my thumb over everything to keep it in place. Now with this one here on the side, you just bring that around that middle ribbon that's hanging down, and then bring it through the back of that. You're basically tying it. And because my camera isn't positioned well, you're not really going to see clearly. So that's why I'll try and link that video below for you. Now you can bring the bow to the tip as you tie and tighten it. You can sort of guide these ribbon tails downwards like so. Just tighten it nice and firm. And before I take the ribbon, which is essentially made now, before I take that off the fork, I'm just going to snip the tail of the ribbon the length that I want. Now this one wants to twist around, so I'm going to do that. Just cut it at a angle. And sometimes the ribbon, they'll want to stick upways, it doesn't really bother me. I mean, I'd prefer to have them down nicely, but you can always glue them down once it's on the pendant. Then I have my little lighter, and I'm just going to singe the very ends, just so they don't fray. There we go, and that's your ribbon, or your bow, sorry. Oh, cute little bows. I couldn't find this last night, so I haven't done that to the rest, but I'll do it to these ones just before I glue them on. They only need literally a couple of seconds. Be careful when doing this because you don't want to burn the ribbon, but this will stop it from fraying a little bit, and it is easier to do before you stick them on. So right, now where's my front? Okay, so I want one right at the front because that's what will be facing outways from the tree. You've always got to keep that in mind. Have your best pieces facing forward. Actually, that looks nice, that side. Yeah. Put plenty on. But not too much, that it's just going to make a mess. Okay, so I can go just there. That's the first one, and I've left a nice space there. So the next one, we'll go here. And one more, and then we're finished. We're done. Now, just working out which will be the front of the bow. There we go. All done. It's as easy as that. It's just a little bit fiddly in some places, but making those bows are fun to do as well. So you can imagine it hanging up higher and you'll be able to see the pretty coloured balls underneath with that beautiful white iridescent tinsel and the beautiful pastel pink finishes on the outside of the bauble. So I have 6 now. I'll be able to keep one, or it'll be a spare in case one of the girls lose theirs. But really, really pretty and easy. and you can almost use anything in that to decorate. You could decoupage the outside as well, you could paint it. I mean, there's so many things you can do. You could put glue on the inside and then sprinkle some glitter. I mean, the ideas are endless. So just have a look at what you have in your stash. Most crafters will have some ribbon and bits and pieces they can put in the inside of the bauble. Just some traditional tinsel even would be nice. You wouldn't even have to decorate the outside if you didn't want to. So let me know what you think. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed this. Thanks so much for watching. Look after yourselves and we'll see you next video. And I'm going to set these up nice to make it a pretty thumbnail, and you can see them in all their glory. Take care everyone. Bye.